As we all know, this weekend, this Saturday on the 11th of December, Nonito Donaire, or Donaire, however you want to pronounce his last name, will be defending his title against Raymart Gaballo to be shown live on Showtime here in the States. Fight will be taking place over at the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California, USA. And I gotta say, man, Filipino fight fans should be proud and excited for Donaire versus Gaballo, because this is the start of the post Pacquiao boxing era. As we all know, Manny Pacquiao has retired from the sport of boxing after a very, very long career. Definitely one of the greatest of all time. My greatest of all time. If it wasn't for Manny Pacquiao, I wouldn't be the boxing fan I am today. After he retired, a lot of people, or at least a lot of the casual fight fans, or the Pacquiao casual fight fans, were like wondering, what's next for Filipino boxing. But honestly, Donaire versus Gaballo is a good sign that Filipino boxing is alive and well without Pacquiao. This is a fight between two Filipino fighters for a world title. This is the second fight for a world title, at least that I can think of, for like a legitimate world title between two Filipinos in a long time. The first time, within the past few years. A few years ago, there was the Angkas versus Sultan fight. And to my understanding, if I remember correctly, that fight was the first time in decades between two Filipinos fighting for a world title. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Two Filipinos fighting for a world title is a good sign for Filipino boxing, because it goes to show that Filipinos are getting better and they are now competing at a world level against each other. It shows that boxing in the Philippines is improving. And honestly, I think it's a lot thanks to Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I know Nonito Donaire is part of the older era. He's almost 40 years old. He's still part of the Pacquiao era. But there's a lot of young guys like Gaballo who, could step up to the plate to be that next Filipino star. And there's a lot of them, a lot of Filipino fighters. As a Filipino fight fan, I'm very excited to see where we will go after, Manny Pacquiao. There's a lot of fighters to look forward to. Nonito Donaire and Donnie Nietes are part of the older era, in my opinion. But there are young guys. If you look at this list, if you go to Boxer, you can actually see a list of Filipino fighters. And, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of really young, promising talent from the Philippines. I might be biased because I'm, from the Philippines myself, but, it's looking bright. It's looking bright. If you look at the age gap, you see guys like Donaire, who's already 39, Nietes, who's 39. Like I said, they're more part of the Pacquiao era, but there are guys still in their 20s, towards their late 20s, who are showing a lot of promise. And I'm excited to see where we go. Guys like Gaballo, yes, he'll be fighting Donaire. Yes, he's the underdog. But he's 25 years old. That's still a fighter growing into their prime. Win or lose, Gaballo will improve from this fight. So I'm excited to see where Gaballo will go after this. I thought he lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez. I'm going to be completely honest, but just Gaballo fighting this fight against Donaire is just honestly a good sign, and hopefully the promoters, whoever's promoting Gaballo, won't give up on him after this fight, win or lose. There's guys like Magramo, Casimiro. Yes, Casimiro's 32 years old now. He's a little up there in age, but he still acts young. So I consider him one of the young guys. We have, Magsayo, who will most likely fight Gary. Oh, it's actually scheduled here already. Gary Russell in January. That's something to look forward to. That's something exciting. Mark's my boy, man. I support this guy. He took this time to make an intro for me back when I had my Boxing Spirit channel. There's Angkas, who will probably fight in January as well, who was supposed to fight at the end of the year, but it did not happen against Ayoka because of the COVID restrictions. We have Sultan, who lost to Angkas, and he had a loss against some other fighter in South Africa, but he still shows promise, in my opinion. And a bunch more fighters. If you look at the list, there's a lot of really good fighters who in my opinion, can show some. Oh, there's also Carl James Martin. How can I forget about this guy, man? This is my boy, bro. Uh, he just recently fought. How the hell did I not know that? Wow, I've been slacking, bro. I've been slacking. I haven't really been. Oh my goodness. But anyway, uh, it's looking promising, man. This weekend, I can't wait for this fight between Donaire and Gaballo. Filipinos should be supporting this fight, supporting both Donaire and Gaballo, and tuning into Showtime or whatever channel you have around the world, wherever you live. Tune in and start supporting boxing, man. I mean, Manny Pacquiao may be gone, but he inspired a lot of young fighters, young people going into the sport of boxing, and it'll be interesting to see how this post Pacquiao era will go. I'm sure there will eventually be another Filipino fighter who will rise up to the occasion and be that star. But yeah, I'm excited, man. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.